What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, or welcome to the channel. Today I'm going over my UFC 318 main card predictions. I'm not going to do the undercard because, don't really care that much. And as you guys know, I'm a fake fan of the UFC. I only watch the UFC for clout. I think Bruno Ferreira should be higher on the card, though. I think he's a very promotable guy, but no one really cares. Uh, But let's just hop straight into it. I'm going to start off with Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. I think this is pretty obvious. Actually, you know what? It's not that obvious. I think Daniel Zellhuber beats Michael Johnson probably by knockout in round 1 or 2. I think Michael Johnson's chinny. I think Daniel Zellhuber, he's younger, he's faster, he's bigger, he's lankier, he has power. I think he actually destroys Michael Johnson. I think Michael Johnson will have some. I think he'll have some moments in the first round where it's like, oh wow, he's touching up maybe Zellhuber's body a little bit. I think Zellhuber kicks away at him a little bit even. I think he boxes Michael Johnson a little too much. I think he keeps him at range. And even if they want to come inside, pause. Even if they want to go into range and come close and box, Daniel Zellhuber, I think he still wins those exchanges. So I think I'm going to go with Daniel Zellhuber probably by round 2 knockout. I think he knocks Michael Johnson out cold. Uh, so yeah, it's a quick little prediction for that fight. Wish I had more to say about it, but I don't. This fight is interesting to me because aren't these guys like the same person? Patricio Pitbull and Dan Ige. In another universe, they really are the same person. Let me see if I'm recording. Yeah, I am. Just squint your eyes. What I want you guys to do is squint your eyes. You see the same person, right? Give Dan Ige a beard. Come on. I'm gonna go Dan Ige though. I think Patricio Pitbull. First of all, similar styles. Both short, stocky guys with a big overhand. Know how to box. I think Dan Ige wins though. I think Patricio Pitbull. I think him being smaller. I think it works in Dan Ige's favor. I just think he. I just think he outpoints Patricio. I don't think he knocks him out because it's gonna be hard to knock out a shorter guy, and I don't really think Dan Ige has those. I mean, he could knock Patricio out. I don't think he does. I think Dan Ige wins though. Probably 3-0. Maybe the first round is close because I think the first round they're gonna respect each other a lot. I think that's with a lot of these fights that are here, especially Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. I think the first round, a lot of respect. But second round, the heat comes. I think it's the same thing with yeah, I think it's the same thing with this fight. I think Dan Ige wins though. I think he wins 3 rounds to 0. I think his jab's better. I think everything's better except Patricio Pitbull's speed is actually pretty underrated. I want you guys to watch that Yair Rodriguez fight back again. Patricio Pitbull his speed was decently pretty good, but I just think he's old, he's shorter, he's smaller. Actually, no, he's not smaller. He's a pretty built guy, but I think and also the grappling. I think Dan Ige. I think his defense is good enough. I think if someone's gonna grapple, it's gonna be Patricio. Maybe he'll learn from the Yair Rodriguez fight. I don't know what he was thinking. It's Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez, very good elite striker, most elite you can get, right? Very fast guy. Clearly will beat you on the feet. I don't know what Patricio was thinking, but you got to shoot on that guy, and Patricio didn't. But I think he might learn from that fight and start shooting. I still think Dan Ige wins those exchanges. I really do think he does. Gets into scrambles and they get back up on the feet. I think Dan Ige pieces Patricio up. 3 rounds to none. Now let's go. Let's see Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Guys, this is a toss up for Kevin Holland. I thought they were gonna give him a ranked opponent next, but Kevin Holland is an active fighter. I think he's in some zone right now. I think he knocks Daniel Rodriguez out bad. I think this is a terrible mismatch. I really do not see any path of victory for Daniel Rodriguez. They don't have the odds up here, but Kevin Holland is probably like a minus 300 favorite, right? I think Daniel Rodriguez gets chinned probably in the first minute by Kevin. I think first round KO Kevin Holland. Daniel Rodriguez, sorry. He's slow. He's so slow. I don't even know how this guy's a professional fighter, honestly. I'm kidding. He's a good fighter, but he's just not on Kevin Holland's level. Kevin Holland at 170 is a big threat to a lot of people and even a lot of top guys too. Look at that Wonderboy fight. I know Kevin Holland lost, but he was piecing up Wonderboy at points. Kevin Holland is big and lanky and strong at this welterweight division. He's not that strong, but I think even if Daniel Rodriguez wants to grapple, I don't think he can. I think Kevin Holland knocks Daniel Rodriguez out bad. Daniel Rodriguez, slow reaction time, slow punches. He leans in, punches, throws jabs, and like a 1-2, leaning in with your head up, with your head down, no guard. I think Kevin Holland's gonna catch him. I think with an up kick. I think with a kick. I think no. I think Kevin Holland's gonna knee Daniel Rodriguez, and then Daniel Rodriguez is gonna get stumbled. Kevin Holland barrages him, TKOs him in the first round, probably 3 minutes in. I think Kevin Holland knees him. Yeah, honestly, and then Kevin Holland could just knock him out with a straight down the middle, or a hook. Daniel Rodriguez just leaves his face too open. He's slow. I think this one's pretty obvious, and Kevin Holland is looking good, man. That Vicente Luque fight was very impressive, and even the Gunnar Nelson fight was very impressive too. Now Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. I'm gonna be honest, I still haven't made my decision on this fight. At first, when this fight got announced a year ago or something, and Paulo Costa kept pulling out, I feel bad for Roman Kopylov. I was like, Roman Kopylov is gonna destroy Paulo Costa, right? Then I started watching Paulo Costa, his last fight with Strickland and his last fight with Whitaker. That fight with Strickland, man, he did not look too bad. And he won more rounds than people thought. I thought he lost the fight. But round 2, he was damaging Strickland a lot to the body. His kicks are still very good, very elite. Remember, he almost knocked out Robert Whitaker in their fight, round 1. Watch that fight. Paulo Costa, I think I'm still not decided. I'm thinking right now, but Roman Kopylov, man. That Chris Curtis fight was very impressive. Very impressive. But he was getting hit a lot by Chris Curtis. And there were shots that I'm like, Paulo Costa will hit you with those shots. Paulo Costa will hit you with those shots, then follow up with a kick. He'll start with a kick, then hit you with those shots. He'll do a spinning back kick. I think Paulo Costa is gonna win this, man. I really do think he's gonna win this. I think he'll win probably 2-1. I don't know which rounds exactly he'll win. But I think Paulo Costa is actually going to win this. I think also it's a physicality thing. I think Roman Kopylov, I don't think his physicality is just that much for a 185er. I think Paulo Costa, he's a big guy, man. Big guy Paulo Costa. I think Paulo Costa's experience, even though they have the same amount of fights, but, the UFC experience. And I just think Paulo Costa on the big stage 2. This is a co-main. Or actually, I don't think it's a co-main. I'm kind of confused with this whole card. I don't really know what's happening. Unless UFC doesn't have their website set up. Because I remember seeing UFC 317. They announced this full card. And they showed that Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull was a co-main. It was a 5-rounder. So I was kind of confused. But now they put it back here. So I don't know. But Paulo Costa on the big stage, I think Roman Kopylov will kind of freeze up a little bit, and I think he'll realize, first of all, Roman Kopylov kind of fights similar to Paulo Costa in a way. His kicks are very similar. His low kicks to the calves, to the thighs are very similar to Paulo Costa, but I don't think he can spin like Costa. Actually, he can, but I think Paulo Costa wins. I think he hurts Roman Kopylov to the body will hurt him to the body a decent amount of time, get Roman Kopylov's respect. I think he'll kick him to the legs. Paulo Costa will get hit in this fight, and that's why I think it'll be a scrap. It'll be a close fight. I just think Paulo Costa gets it, man. I really do. I went back and forth on this. Now, don't be surprised if Paulo Costa shows up there. with his mentality he's been having these last fights where he just doesn't care to win. But I'm gonna believe in the old gen. He's not even that old. I'm gonna believe in Paulo Costa here, and I'm gonna believe that he's coming into this with a good mentality, a good game plan. I could see this also going where Paulo Costa looks good early in the first round, wins the first round, but and then Kopylov wins the two, the set, bro, the last two rounds. But I think Paulo Costa wins early. I think he wins the first round and 1 and 2 and round 2 and 3. Holy, what is happening to me? Round 2 and 3 will be close rounds, but I think one of those rounds will go to Costa, and I think Costa will win 2-1, maybe even a split decision, 2-1 Costa. So yeah, I'm going Costa, man. Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Why does it say he's a number one contender? This is a lightweight belt. This isn't that. I don't know why it says he's a number one contender here. He's the number one. It's at lightweight. At first, when this fight was announced, I thought Poirier was going to win. Then I thought of it. Then I looked at some fights. I think Max Holloway, I'm going to be honest, I think Max Holloway 5-0's Dustin Poirier. As much as I don't want to say it, if you look at the Makhachev fight and how Makhachev was touching Poirier with shots, that Poirier he just kind of looked old in some ways. Now, a very good win from Makhachev, not discrediting that win from Makhachev. Poirier also looked very good in that fight. But now I know you could say the takedown threat, it messes with the striker, which it does, but Poirier was just looking slow in some cases, and he was just looking a little bit behind. I think Poirier's slower now. I think but here's the thing, I've been seeing like Dustin Poirier's new kind of physique. He looks shredded and just kind of smaller too. So he could be faster now. He really could be, but I'm going to just rely on seeing his last fight, and that has been like a year probably. It's been a year since that fight. I'm going to go Max Holloway. Oh, bro, look at the Topuria fight. Did Max Holloway get knocked out? Yeah, but he looked very good in that fight. People forget how much of an elite striker Max Holloway is. Do I think Max Holloway knocks out Poirier? I think he very well could. I don't think he will, because Max pillow hands Holloway. Come on, man. Max can't knock people out. But I think Max Holloway, given the time for him to bulk up like this, and how he was already planning on to move up to lightweight anyways, he had the Gaethje fight, looked amazing in that fight, looked big, looked strong, looked like he was at his weight class, was fast, his kicks were on point, his boxing was on point, he's fast. I think I already said that, and just built into his frame. I think he's gonna be maybe even more built into his frame for this fight. The Topuria cut could have messed with him. The Topuria fight. Obviously, you get worried about a fighter after taking a KO loss like that, but I don't think Dustin Poirier knocks people out either. He really doesn't. I know Benoit Saint Denis, but still. And also in that Benoit Saint Denis fight, Saint Denis, however you say it, I'm not French. Dustin Poirier was getting pieced up too. I think Max Holloway really spoils Dustin Poirier's retirement, man. I really do think he does. Like, I really do think he spoils the retirement. I think he's gonna be faster. I think everything about Max Holloway's game is gonna be just like better than Dustin Poirier's here, man. I think especially it's gonna come down to the boxing. It's gonna be a stand-up fight. The BMF belt is gonna be stand-up. It's gonna be a boxing match where I think Max Holloway wins. I really do think he wins. It sucks to say because I would like to see Poirier. I don't even like Max Holloway that much. I don't know. Like, everyone likes him, but I've never liked him that much. I love how he fights. I love his fighting style. Very entertaining. He's so good, an elite striker. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm going for Poirier, but I think Max Holloway will piece him up, man. I would love to see Poirier win, on his retirement. And if Dustin Poirier beats Max Holloway, and if he beats him in a dominant way, I don't think Dustin Poirier should retire, man. There are plenty of fights left for you. Now, I know he's old, 36, 35. I think there's still fights for him, man. Uh, yeah, but if he loses, I think he should retire, which I think he will. I think Max Holloway wins. Guys, that was my video. Main card predictions for UFC 318. They were able to put together a decent card. It's a decent card put together. The main event carries, of course. They could have had a better co-main, but is what it is. Just gonna say my final ones. Daniel Zahuber knocks out Michael Johnson. That's my prediction. Dan Ige pieces up Patrizio Pitbull for 3 rounds. Kevin Holland knocks out Daniel Rodriguez with probably a knee and then follow-up shots after. Paulo Costa beats Roman Kopylov 2-1 split decision. Max Holloway styles on Dustin Poirier, spoils his retirement, beats him 5-0. Okay, well, we won't say 5-0. We'll say 4-1, though. I think he beats Dustin Poirier very convincingly. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment whatever you want. Just subscribe, it's free. Like, it's free. Comment, it's free. I'll respond to your comments. Let me know what video I should do next, and peace out.